Hello, nice people. I was having a bit of technical difficulty, so cross your fingers for me that they are over. So I'm just a couple minutes late, or I don't know, 1 minute late. That's not bad. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday demo where we showcase awesome, easy, delicious, cheap vegan food. And I have another great recipe today. Sometimes I struggle with like, what am I going to make? And then I always think of something delicious because I like to eat delicious food. So today we are making potato salad. And I don't know if it's appropriate or inappropriate to make potatoes on St. Patrick's Day. I feel like it's a pretty good tradition. If I'm wrong, let me know. So we're going to make an amazing potato salad. I don't know what Frank and I are going to eat with it for dinner, but we're going to make potato salad. And if you want to eat just a giant bowl of potato salad, that's a-okay too. So what do you need for potato salad? Obviously, you need potatoes and you need a whole bunch of veggies, which we have going there. And another traditional ingredient in potato salad is a hard-boiled eggs. A lot of people will crumble hard-boiled chicken eggs and put them in potato salad. But this is a vegan recipe and we don't eat animals, so what are we going to do? So when I was looking around online, I found a really cool trick on how to add that little bit of eggy taste to your potato salad, and it also makes it a really nice filling meal that you can make. So I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you how to make a really quick potato salad sauce, and I'll give you some tips and tricks along the way as we go. So if you have any questions, try to throw it in the chat and I'll see if I get to it. Otherwise, we're going to get started with our egg substitute. So two of the ingredients that you need is chickpeas. So this is about a half a can of chickpeas and they've been dried really well. That's one tip. So first tip for potato salad is you want to make sure all the veggies you put in are really, really dry. So you want to use crisp veggies and you want to let them dry and rinse off, and you want to let your potatoes dry off and let your chickpeas dry off, let everything dry off, because it's really gross when you have leftover potato salad and the sauce gets all runny and watery the next day. I know you can just stir it up and it's fine, but it's nice if it's not like that. So dry all of your ingredients first. So that's one first ingredient. And then the other ingredient you need is a little bit of black sea salt. So this you can find at a lot of Asian grocery stores and it's becoming more popular. So I think some normal grocery stores carry it. But I got this huge bottle on Amazon probably a couple years ago now for under $10. So it's really good if you are transitioning to vegan and you want that like eggy taste. So you can put it in your scrambled tofu. If you make like a chickpea flour omelet, you can add this black salt and it has a sulfury eggy taste. So that's how we're going to make our hard-boiled eggs for a potato salad. So let's go ahead and do that. So you want to take your half a can of chickpeas. The skins, if you feel like sitting there and removing the little skins, you can. I dried them off and the skins all rubbed off, but they're nutritious too. If you have a problem with digestion, and when you first go vegan, sometimes you're eating a lot of legumes. If you make sure to take off the skins and rinse them really well, you won't have any of that bloating feeling, but beans and legumes, your body just eventually gets used to if you're eating, you know, a couple of servings a week. So we're going to put that in there and then we're going to mash them up. Hopefully I can do this quickly on the demo. You can't really see. So you want to mash them up until they're all into a paste. So you're going to get that same texture of the hard-boiled chicken's egg, but it's going to be chickpeas. So keep mashing. I kind of should have done this before the demo, but you can just watch me and laugh at me struggling to squish these chickpeas. So again, we still don't want to add too much liquid because we don't want the liquid to come out in our sauce. So you really have to squish them into submission. Ooh. Oh, and my friend Courtney is saying that B12, taking B12 will help with digestion. That's true. B12 helps your body process a lot of foods, helps your liver. And that's a good point as I'm squishing this actually, because vegans don't get a lot of B12 because we actually get B12 from animal meat that people eat because they give the animals injections for B12. So that's why vegans don't get it. So we're almost done squishing. And if you like some pieces, you can leave the chickpeas with some hard pieces. And then we've got our chickpeas, and we're gonna just put on some of the black salt. I don't like the eggy flavor too much, so I'm going to just give it a couple of cracks, but you can definitely smell that. Oh my goodness. When I first bought the black salt, I was so like crazy about what it tasted like. So this is going to give us our little bit of eggy, hard-boiled egg flavor. So there we go. So that's the first step. And then we are going to add our potatoes. So when you cook your potatoes, you don't want to cook them so that they disintegrate. You want them to still be firm, but soft enough to bite through, right? Because if you make them if you overcook them, they're just going to squish around, which sometimes helps with the sauce, but you don't want it to be too much. So I have 2 or 3 medium yellow flesh potatoes and 1 giant white flesh potato. And another tip, so again, remember when you're eating that it's all about what it feels like when you're eating it and the bites that you're taking. So I used to hate potato salad that sometimes had giant chunks of potatoes and sometimes little. So I've cut them all about the same size. You want it to be bite size, right? So put those in. And then, remember I said, make sure you're choosing crispy veggies. So you don't want to do cucumber or tomato or anything like that. If you do that, put it on as you're eating it, but stick to dry veggies and crisp veggies. So we've got peppers here. I would have loved a red pepper for some color because you want to eat the rainbow. And we got celery, corn, green onion, and shredded carrots. So that's going to go in. And these you want to have the same sort of size veggies, and you want it to be smaller than the potatoes because you want these guys to stick to the potatoes when you put the sauce on. So make sure your little veggies are smaller. And then every bite you take is going to be that perfect bite. You're going to get all the flavors in one bite. So we're just going to toss that together like that. And I can still smell the black salt. It's so cool. So we've got that all mixed together, nice and colorful. And then I also have, so I always do my potato salad with a dill flavor. I know there's some sort of oil-based sauces and sort of more vinegary sauces, but I love dill, so we're going to do that. So in here I have a couple of dill pickles, and I even have a spicy pickle that my friend Jess made us, which I don't know if she's watching, but thank you for the spicy pickles. So we're going to throw that in. So we are getting a bit of liquid off those, but we've been pretty careful with the rest, so it's fine. So there's our salad all mixed. And I really would love some red pepper in that for color, because you eat with your eyes too, so you want stuff to look appetizing. So there we have our base, and now we just have to make our sauce. So with the sauce, it looks like I had a lot of stuff on the counter, but it's actually just normal stuff. So we're gonna do our sauce with a half mayonnaise, half soft tofu base. So mayonnaise is highly processed, full of oil. It's delicious, but I just like to cut it half and half just to give a little bit of difference in the flavor and less calories and all that stuff. Plus, you're going to get a ton of protein out of the tofu, so it's a win-win situation. So you're going to need your vegan mayo. So Hellman's has the best vegan mayo. I've tried a bunch of other ones. I don't like them. And then you're going to have soft tofu. So this usually comes in a little square packet like this, and it's super, super soft. So you want to get the softest tofu, and that just blends easier in a sauce. And then nutritional yeast, like always. And I'm going to use 2 different kinds of vinegar, red vinegar and apple cider vinegar. Even though the mayonnaise is tangy, I like to have a little bit extra. And then we have some seasonings, which I'll show you after as we put them in. So let's go ahead. We're going to use a blender. You could mix it in a bowl, but a blender is super easy. way easier. All right, so we have our blender here. Hope you guys can see this. Yep, empty blender. So I want to put in some of the liquids first because it'll help it not stick together. So I'm going to do apple cider vinegar, and I'm doing, that's about a teaspoon. That's what I use to measure. So there we go. So one of each of those. Oh, and yeah, Courtney's reminding me again, B12 is actually a nutritional yeast. So that's also why you should eat it and everything. So we have our liquids, and then we're only gonna use half of this. We don't need that much sauce, and we're gonna use mayonnaise as well. So let's start out with half. And also, so that is gonna give us lots of liquid in the sauce as well. Great, so we have that. And we're gonna do, I'm gonna say that's like 3 tablespoons. We just want that nice creamy flavor, right? We don't want to overboard. Like I said, though, you can totally make this all with mayonnaise if you like, but I wanted to cut it half and half. Okay, so now let's go over our seasonings. Got them all here. So we have our nutritional yeast. I'm gonna free pour this. Let's call that 2 tablespoons, if you will. And then we have 1 teaspoon each of onion and garlic powder. I like the flavorings there. And then I'm also going to, this is my favorite thing right now. I don't know if you can see that. You can get this at Walmart. It's called Plockman's, and it's like a garlic seasoning. And I put this on everything now. So good. So I'm going to free pour that. And the most important ingredient is dill. So you can use fresh dill, obviously way better. You could chop it up right in the veggies and then also put it in the sauce. Put tons and tons of dill. I love dill. So we're going to probably put at least a good tablespoon of that in. Maybe a tablespoon and a half. But you can tweak it to your seasonings. If you don't like dill so much, put less dill. You can even leave the dill out and just put other seasonings. So that's that. And I'm also going to reach back here and get some black pepper in there. So it's kind of like a dilly ranchy sauce, which is my favorite for potato salad. Let's get all this out of the way. And because we had a couple of spicy pickles in there, I'm actually going to add a little bit of Cajun seasoning. So this is some local vendor that makes seasonings. I think my dad might know who this is by. So we're going to add some, just a little bit, and see how it comes out. There we go. That's pretty good. So let's see how that works out. So we have all of that in there. And we're going to try to blend it. I have a feeling this might be a little bit hard to blend, but we're going to give it a go. So get that all down there. So there we go. Again, it's a lot of loud noises. I hope that didn't sound crazy on your end. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can get a focus on this. Whoa, so creamy. The lighting, not so good. The sauce, delicious. So we do have a little bit of that not sticking to it, but we're just kind of blending it up to get it started, and then we'll mix it up. And now is the fun part, is trying to mix this giant bowl of potato salad with the sauce. So again, I like the sauce to be super thick because I don't want to have it sit overnight and get super wet and gross. I want the sauce to stay on it. So that's my preference for texture there. And I know it tastes good, so I didn't do a taste test, but let's give it a go with the Cajun spice. Oh yeah. Oh, you can taste, yeah, you can taste the Cajun spice a little bit, but it's not crazy, so that makes me happy. Delicious. Get in there. This is a very thick sauce. This sauce would also be awesome on a pasta salad for sure. Look at that. I love that. So now you have the thick sauce sticking all the little chopped up veggies to the potatoes, but you still have bite-sized pieces. You don't have one giant piece of potato that you have to bite through. You want to be able to have a nice, perfect bite. And especially if you're having, you know, in your bubble, if you're having a barbecue, and you're eating off your lap, you don't want to have a big giant piece. Oh, this looks so good. Amazing. Check it out. Delicious. You can see it's all sticking together. It's not going to get wet and slimy overnight. And my friend Candace, joke. Oh, my camera went crazy. I don't know if you can see me. Anyway, my friend Candace just made the most hilarious joke that this is delicious, and that just made my whole day. So let me get a spoon. You can always eat it with a fork, but I want to get all the veggies in one bite. Actually, I eat pretty much everything with a spoon. If you know me, I always want a spoon. So here we go. And this smells delicious, and I'm actually interested to see what it tastes like with the chickpea sort of faux hard-boiled eggs, because I haven't had that kind of potato salad in a long time. Actually, I haven't had potato salad in a long time anyway. It's a big bite. Boom. Oh, look at that close-up on the sauce and all the different veggies. Ah! So actually, my bite size is 3 pieces of potato. We'll see how that works out. Okay, let's give it a go. That's really good. Actually, a little bit of eggy flavor, and then like the nuttiness or like the earthiness of the chickpeas is really good in there, actually. And I don't know if this sounds crazy, but I can actually tell that there's 2 different kinds of potatoes, because you get the different flavor from the yellow flesh potatoes. And if you did like a sweet potato or a white yam, that would be really good too. But the sauce is great. So the sauce is sticking to everything. It's not running around. It's not gloopy. And that's the way I love it. So it's good to get a nice sauce to potato. I'm going to keep eating this if I don't shut up. Anyway, that is it. That is it for another week of demos. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to like this video, share the video. Oh, I have somebody stealing my potatoes. Frank's stealing my potatoes. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, share the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as I mention every week, if you have time, please stick around and watch some other videos, because this will show YouTube that I have a great channel, and they'll recommend me to other people. And then we can have more people watching and
so
more people taste testing.
So good.
I think we're just going to eat this giant bowl of potato salad in there.
Right.
So that's it, right?
Right now.
We're going to eat it now. Okay, thanks for joining us, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have sun where you are like we had. The spring is coming, and this year is going to be definitely better than last year. So have a good night. Bye.
Bye. So good.